Is there anybody in here that has heard the song, "This Girl is on Fire"? Anybody know that? All right, yay. My co-presenter had not heard of it. But that describes Jamie. She is on fire. And if you don't believe it, just talk to her for 20 seconds and you will feel the fire, feel the heat. She actually attended Ascend a few years ago, and while she had a passion for aviation before that, that really caught her on fire. And we're going to learn a little bit about Ascend. We've got a short video to show you about Ascend, and then we'll come back and hear from Jamie.
What most inspired me was just the fact of being around airplanes. I found out when I got here that I really do have a love for aviation. Like, it's not just how it all works, it's being a part of it. It's being in aviation that really got me going.
The volunteers work to no end to help out the kids. They're there for youth in aviation. They want to see the next generation succeed. I love that about them because they're so generous and so kind and are willing to help you. I've made friends through Ascend with the volunteers, with my fellow classmates, and I feel like those relationships will help me in the long run.
Everybody here cares about you. I became interested in aviation ever since I was little. I always told my mom and dad, and I was like, I want to go fly. And then after that, after they found out about the camp, that's when I really became interested.
I actually heard about Ascend from the Transportation Museum. The Ascend camp was there promoting themselves, and my mother was like, "You ought to go," because my father used to be a pilot. And I went, and ever since like the first day, I felt kind of awkward because I knew nothing about aviation. And then by the third day, I'm like, I've got to do this. There's nothing like it. Ever since my mother always says I smile when I talk about airplanes.
Working with different people, you get different perspectives in the aviation industry. Some were ex-military pilots, some were just local private pilots, and you get different points of view and different perspectives from everyone that's flown. So you get to hear different stories and all the situations that they've been in. It showed that they really care about helping people get started in aviation and what their love for flying is, and that's what inspired me to start becoming a pilot and go into the military. I plan to be a naval aviator, fly off an aircraft carrier, fly an F-18 Hornet. That's my dream.
Once I get my private pilot's license, I will get a seaplane rating, and I hope to possibly, if I like it enough, to become a teacher.
You do a lot of hands-on activities. You fabricate a wing, you get to rivet, you get a free flight with a pilot for about a half hour, 45 minutes. You get a logbook and a certificate showing that you're a Young Eagles member. You get a free ground school after you completed the camp. And you also have an opportunity to come back as a counselor if you wish.
I was a second-year graduate of Ascend. It was probably the best thing that I could have ever done. I am so excited about giving back to youth and being a mentor for the first time and going back again next year to get more kids involved. That's really what excites me.
So Jamie Helander, everyone, and she has gone back every year since she went to be a camp counselor.
That's right.
Now,
yeah.
And I've got to read this off her bio because it's so impressive. She was responsible for recruiting 16 volunteers to be here today. And she's working on a double major from GTCC in aviation management and career pilot technology. She's a student ambassador, the Student Government Association aviation representative, Alpha Eta Rho, Gamma Theta Chi chapter president, and the GTCC flight team treasurer, all while maintaining a 4.0 average. The girl is not slack. Thank you. And she sat on this panel and she said, "Why am I the only girl up here?"
So that's a very good point. I wish there were more.
So, Jamie, please tell us how you got involved with aviation and what you attribute your passion for aviation to.
Well, I first got involved in aviation through my dad in RC aircraft, and that's been my whole life pretty much. And then in 2011, actually my dad's best friend, who lives in Colorado, he flew his RV-4, which is an experimental plane, over to Greensboro and gave my friends and I all our first airplane ride in a small airplane. And that's really where I caught the bug. That was August of 2011 and I was 15. And from there, that next fall, spring, I did the Sugar Valley Ground School program. And after that was my first Ascend camp, and that was the summer of 2012. And then from there, I just have been going in more aviation organizations from there. And my passion for aviation, really, I can attribute that to volunteerism. And that's pretty much what this flying is all about, is volunteerism. Through Ascend, our Ascend program is all volunteer-based. Our camp counselors, our camp staff, everything is volunteer. The Experimental Aircraft Association, which is the chapter that Ascend puts on the camp with, and the EAA is what the acronym is. It is an amazing organization through the Young Eagle pilots and the Ascend camp, of course, and also Sugar Valley Airport. It's really brought me into volunteerism, and that's where I can that's where my passion for aviation really comes toward. There goes a plane. But yeah, that's definitely where it comes from. It's volunteerism.
That's wonderful, and what a good volunteer you are, and your whole family. But how did Ascend help you, and what value do you think Ascend can offer young people interested in aviation?
Well, Ascend definitely brought me into the world of aviation. I mean, I had my first flight in that August, and then that spring, after my private pilot ground school at Sugar Valley, Ascend just taught me all the general practical knowledge of piloting, and then it also brought me knowledge about mechanics and engineers, and that aviation is also an amazing industry that has so many different avenues and options, career or hobby. And also, on a personal level, Ascend really made me become a leader, and I would never be on this panel. I'm scared as it is, but I would never be on this panel had it not been for Ascend. I mean, I was a very reserved girl and very shy and soft-spoken before I came to Ascend, and then through that I became a camp counselor, and I've become a leader in not only my school but in a community, and I really thank Ascend for that. And for others, I think it could do the same. I really do. I mean, we're open to 13 to 18-year-olds for campers-wise, but we also are welcoming staff members as well. But for campers, they really excel throughout the program. You see them on Monday, day one, and you see them through all the way to Saturday. And you see them grow throughout the week. And it's just an amazing experience, and I really hope that anybody in this room that has a family member that's interested in aviation can join the camp and just get started in their aviation career.
Isn't that beautiful to see someone grow?
It sure is, especially in such a short amount of time. It's just 1 week, and they just excel from being shy on day one to day 6 where they get to fly in a plane, and they just smile ear to ear after it.
Wow. Well, you'd have a hard time convincing us that you were ever shy. So
oh gosh, I was. Yeah.
Jamie, can you tell us about YAPA? You're on the board of YAPA, and I know Chip doesn't know anything about YAPA.
Oh, nobody knows anything about YAPA yet right now. The YAPA, YAPA is what we're calling it, is a brand new organization. And we founded this in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which is where the world's largest aviation celebration is. If you guys don't know, it's in the summer. We founded this organization. It's the Youth Aviation Programs Association. And basically what we do, we are a resource network for anybody that's interested in getting more information on building and establishing a youth-focused aviation program. With that, you join our organization, and you get all the help you need, all the guidance you need. We have a website that we're establishing, I think, next month or so, and we have a mission statement, all that. We're ready to go. But we're going to be a resource network for a lot of people that are just wanting to establish an aviation program focused for youth. Anything from building a kit plane to restoring an aircraft to aviation education. Anything that you can think of, we're here to help you with. We bring people with people and people with planes. It's a great resource.
That is fabulous. It sounds like a terrific resource for young people. We have one more question.
Oh, great, okay.
When you think about the future of aviation, what excites you?
Well, as I was telling my friend Jay, he asked me this question, and I was like, everything excites me about aviation, just everything. And knowing that when I'm going to go through my future and eventually become a pilot and maybe a flight instructor, at teaching classes, hopefully at a local community college that I'm part of, which I can speak about later. But you know, it's just everything in aviation really excites me. I love giving back, and anything that I can do, maybe I'll join some of these organizations when I become a pilot with my fellow panelists, and it's just everything about aviation excites me. I'm looking forward to everything, even my classmates that are here, the 16 of us, and everybody that we're involved with, seeing them grow as well. Just the transformation from day one when you start school to, you know, when you become a pilot to when you graduate college and moving on from there, getting local jobs in the aviation industry. It's just amazing. I just can't wait.
And we are excited with you, Jamie.
Thank you, Julia. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing today.
Appreciate it.
And if you would, again, Jana Brown in the corner of the hangar here, she has applications for the next aviation
Yes.
summer camp,
Yeah,
which will be
please.
next summer. She or can direct us to applications.
Yep.
So how about we extend our gratitude to this terrific panel who have volunteered their time and talent with us today. Thank you so much. And we would encourage you to check in and talk with our panelists. They will be around. John will be at the Pilots and Paws booth. Chip will be mingling, as he does so well. Eric will be here with Angel Flight, and Jamie will be at the GTCC. GT gave you a couple extra C's there. But she'll be at that table. So please check in and coordinate with them and ask your questions of them. Thanks again to our
And
panelists.
thank you all so much.